We have one Kenyan who reached out to us yesterday because she really suffered. Her name is withheld. So, for purposes of this conversation, we're going to call her Sophia. Good morning, Sophia.
Good morning to you, Eric.
Thank you very much for talking to us in the situation. This is, you have CT Muga in the studio, Nduoko, Dr. Mercy Korir, and Dr. Andrew Mulwa. He is the CEC for Makueni County for Health.
Okay.
So you have spent your night, as I understand, at the Kenya School of Government.
Yes, I have.
And this is after having arrived to the country yesterday.
Yes, I got into the country yesterday at 11 a.m.
So just take us through that experience from 11 a.m. to this morning. What's happened to you?
So I came from Dubai with a KQ flight that got into the country at around 11:30. Then we were kept at the airport for quite a while. Then we were told that our temperatures would be taken, which happened. The people who had the normal temperature were allowed to go through to the next stop, where we had to wait before passport control for the next instructions. It took us about an hour to be allowed to go through passport control. Then when we were told that they were ready to take us away, there were NYS buses waiting outside. So we were separated into two buses. One bus was carrying the luggage. We were not sure where we were going as we got into the buses, and the cops, the policemen who were handling us, did not have instructions. They just said they have been advised by the Ministry of Health and the other people in charge to take us somewhere. So we got on the road. We took about 2-3 hours trying to get somewhere. So later, when we tried to confirm, they said we were coming to the Kenya School of Government because the Boma Hotel was not an option anymore. So we got here around 4. We were outside. We were not allocated rooms. People were agitated. We found another group that had been here since 7 in the morning. That was 4 o'clock then. So we were trying to find answers, and the only time we got somebody to talk to us and tell us if they actually have a plan for us was around 6 o'clock. Yeah, 5:30, 6 o'clock. When the nurses, I guess somebody from the CEO for Nursing Council and this gentleman who is in charge of Kenya School of Government came to talk to us. So they gave us a form to sign, told us everything is okay, government is going to take care of this. And then they gave us a form that was indicated there that we're supposed to pay $40 per night to be accommodated here. Now, that is the problem now. Because
was this the first time that you were learning about having to pay for this accommodation?
We learned about it while signing the form, actually. When we were addressed, we were not informed about any cost. When we came from the airport, we were not asked if we were comfortable with the said cost.
Right.
Yes.
So this is $4,000 per night, and how long are you expected to stay? $40 per night, and how long are you expected to be there?
14 days, the standard 14 days.
Right.
Yes.
So $560, 56,000 shillings.
We haven't even attempted to do the math because it's unrealistic.
So what happened? Did you fill out the form? Did you sign?
When we learned about that while signing the form, because it had only been indicated there by pen, it was not printed that we should pay. Somebody had indicated there that $40 per night is the payment. So we asked about it, and then said, of course, you're supposed to pay this amount. So we agitated, and the lady there, the CEO for Kenyan Nursing Council, says that she calls the PS for a minute. Then she came back and told, and the Director General for Kenya School of Government said that we should pay $20 per night.
Okay. 50% off, just like that.
In a space of 5 minutes.
Right.
he had decided that we should pay 50%.
Mm-hmm.
So still, we're not okay paying that money. So we stayed outside at around 7:30. That's when they started begging people to go to take the rooms. So some people who were tired, some were sick, just gave up and went into the rooms because they were promised that this would be addressed today. But they still have to pay the money for the night.
Right.
That is 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2,000 Kenya shillings approximately.
Did you sign this yourself, Sophia?
I did not sign.
So what
Because
happened?
I was not assured that the night, I am not okay paying that money. First of all, because I feel we're being extorted by our own government.
Mm-hmm.
There are about 12 people here who have spent the night outside with me. Feel the same way. They do not
Sorry,
have...
Sophia, can we just go back 1 minute? So
spend.
when you say spent the night outside, what do you mean by that?
We have spent the night outside, literally.
You slept outside. You did not sleep in a
on chairs,
room.
yes.
You slept
did
in a
not
chair.
sleep in a room.
So you're
Yes,
in the dining hall? Or where were you? On the ground?
Outside, in the open air.
On the field?
Yes.
Were you given a blanket?
On the concrete, where there's the cabro.
Were you given a blanket or anything to cover yourself?
No, we were not given a blanket.
Were you given food?
We actually asked for food from the time we got here. We had asked that we could order for our own food from outside, and they could find a way of safely delivering it at 6 when we saw that it was getting late.
Mm-hmm.
They refused. So by the time the nursing council lady wanted to go home, we said that we're closing everything. Do you guys still think that you will stay outside? You don't want to pay for the rooms. So we said yes, we were sure, because we were standing for something, and we still are. So she went back there and decided that we should have food at that time. That was 10:30. So they brought us some food in containers and water. That was the first time we had a meal.
Have you had breakfast?
That time. No, we haven't had breakfast.
Have the others have breakfast, to your knowledge?
No,
Those
I'm
who
not
signed in.
sure if the ones who are at the back have had breakfast, but we had checked earlier, around 8, and no breakfast was ready, because the AP, there are a lot of police officers on the ground here who had walked in that direction looking for breakfast, which wasn't ready at that time. So I figured it's the same kitchen.
Now, Sophia, for all those hours that you were at, in the bus yesterday and the Kenya School of Government,
Yes.
waiting for direction, was
Yes.
there any form of observance of social distancing, of washing of hands?
Not at all. Starting from inside the airport, just before passport control, other groups were arriving.
Right.
Our group was already getting agitated because we were wondering, we have come here because we have been told that we will be quarantined. So we are hoping that even risking our lives coming in, we will still continue being safe. At least for somebody who is not positive with the disease, will stay that way. Will stay negative. But when people were agitating, there was a lot of crowding. We got onto the buses. Of course, we sat one per row, but then I would be behind the other person, just immediately on the seat behind them. Okay. So really, if that is what we're calling social distancing, I understand it should be 1 meter. We got here to the Kenya School of Government. People started agitating in groups.
Yep.
Then when we were being addressed, the same thing was happening. People were really stressed. So none of that was being observed. And I'm even wondering about the nurses who are here. They should also be quarantined and not go home in the evening.
So they also mingled with you?
They were really mingling with us.
And the police officers as
and
well?
The police officers, they're observing no protocol at all. Yeah? There are no masks here.
So, Sophia, you're telling us about 7 of you are the ones that refused to sign. 4. How many?
12.
12 of you did not
Yes.
sign the form requiring you to pay 2,000 shillings to spend a night at the Kenya School of Government quarantine facility.
Yes.
So you slept
Yes.
on the cabro outside and they
On the
outside.
cabro. People have some small blankets. Somebody maybe had a duvet, some towels. That's what we put down.
Do you know?
And some
Do you
of
know
us
the number of
sat
people who
on-
signed in and went in, signed up?
We were approximately. I wouldn't give you a really exact number,
Yeah.
but we were about 70 in the day when we were agitating here.
Mm.
So there were two groups from two flights. The flights from which had come in late in the night,
Right.
and the one that got in at 11.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we were actually we got really agitated because when we got here at 4, and we started complaining after half an hour, people who were here from 7 told us we are making noise for nothing. Nobody cares. We haven't had water. We haven't had anything. You guys are not going to be listened to.
Mm.
So, yeah, that got us very worried.